Welcome everybody to a brand new video, and today we are talking about that the bears of BMNR are absolutely screwed, okay? So my camera giving up, so let's dive in.
Welcome to the game, I'm the wolf of Dubai.
So if you're watching the very first video of mine, my name is Danny and I'm the most watched stock market YouTuber from the Middle East, and I'm here in beautiful Portugal for the wedding of my best friend. And if you don't know me, I'm looking for 10x, 20x, 30x stocks. Bitmine is one of them, but we will talk about it in a second. Before that, I would love to tell you that if you're not a subscriber, you should do and pulverize that subscribe button right now, because I made Tesla investments quite big on YouTube, okay? So I invested into Tesla when it was a $17 company, then it went down to a $6 company. And this is very important because this is one of the most important things that we will talk about in this video, where people will lose faith because the stock goes down 10, 20%. But if you are knowing that you're investing in a high quality company, you always will go out as a winner, okay? And all of the bears, all of the haters, they will, scratch their heads. And, this is what we do on this channel. So make sure to subscribe me and make also sure to check out my own product, which is X10 day trading. If you want us to trade for you, all into your portfolio, all done for you with our software, the AutoPilot, which looks like that, then make sure to schedule a call if you have $10,000 or more and we can trade for you. So when we talk about Bitmine, I saw a lot of negative comments when it went from $70 to 45, even $40, $39. And I always say, like, when you are not sure why you invest in the company in the first place, then you obviously why you are into the company, at all, right? Like, think about it. Like, you're buying a company at $70 and then you are, let's kind of mentally screwed because you are at, $40, right? But in the end of the day, it's all about those moments where you just buy more for less. You're buying your favorite company for a huge discount. And this is the mindset that you should really understand, because I was just buying Bitmine like crazy, okay? So here I bought like $6,000. Here I bought like $5,000. As you can see, I'm buying every single day between like $3,000 to $5,000 of Bitmine. And I think that people don't understand that the market goes up much more than it goes down. Here's, for example, a graphic where it shows you we have much more bigger upsides than downsides. And there's one more thing that will happen next week, which is the Fed. The Fed will most probably cut the rates, okay? And we don't know yet if it will be 0.25 or 0.50. If it will be 0.50, then, crypto goes crazy and Bitmine goes crazy, okay? But if it's 0.25, it just like kind of sparkles a new fuel to this bull market, okay? And I think that you should always be mindset-wise in a situation where you are convinced about the company, because like days like on Friday where the stock went up like 15%, you will be happy. But I have always the feeling like, man, how I can get more money to put in this company, okay? And I believe that we will have still volatile times in September and October and everything. But I always look into the biggest investors of all lifetime, which is Warren Buffett, which is Peter Lynch. And I always look into those videos and I show you one of those where I think like they made billions and billions of dollars doing exactly the same thing, finding great companies, buying more and more of that, specifically when it goes down. And you will read like a lot of negative comments like this stocks will never go up again, like Bitmine is like a scam or whatsoever. But this obviously is not the case, because like if you're looking, for example, into Tom Lee, which is, our leader into Bitmine, he actually had the chance to be, to make millions and millions of dollars in the dot-com bubble. And in the dot-com bubble, he was working, I think, for JP Morgan, and they told him like, hey, you know what? Like, recommend this new IPOs. They had zero revenue. They were overvalued. And he wanted to care about his reputation more than he wanted to care about those quick profits to make millions of dollars. And this is exactly the man that you want to have at the, front of your investment, right? And if you invest in a company, I always think like, okay, I invest, let's say $10,000 into a company, okay? And in Tesla, I was saying like, okay, if I invest this $10,000 into a company, let's say, for example, my own company, then there's some limits, right? By my knowledge and my team and whatsoever. And I can go also put this into a saving account and get like 3%. But I also can give it to people that are much brighter and much more intelligent than us, like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, right? So I think that you give the company some fuel to make much more money than you could ever do. And this is the beautiful about the stock market. And I'm a little bit like sensitive about this topic because I know that so many people will get screwed. I saw so many negative comments and I saw like, man, I'm so feeling for you that you don't getting the point, right? Like you don't get the point that companies will not go down forever. It's like if you look into the seasonality, you see that it's like all about cycles in life and in the stock market as well, where you say like, okay, you know what? Like this kind of cycles will happen over and over and over again. And this is normal, guys. And if you lose trust when the stock goes down to 39, then your only worry should be like how to put more money into a beautiful company. Okay. So, and there's no one better than explain this in this short clip of Peter Lynch.
October has always been a special month. I remember in 1987, I was very, I was very convinced that the market was not in trouble, and I didn't worry about things. And Carol and I had planned this great golf vacation to Ireland, and we're going to visit one course and stay at a little house and visit another, go all along the west coast of Ireland and play golf. And we left on a Thursday night, and the market went down 55 points that day, which was not too good. And the next day we got to Ireland, because of the time difference, we'd completed our day, and I got back to the hotel and I called in. The market had gone down 112 on Friday. I said to Carolyn, I think if the market goes down on Monday, we're going to have to go back. And so we stayed there for the weekend. And on Monday, the market went down 508 points, and my fund went from I think 12 billion to 8 billion, and that gets your attention, in two working days. I said, by the end of this week, I'd be have no fun. Now, there wasn't a lot I could do. I mean, here I was on Monday, because the market didn't open, by 12 o'clock, it was in Ireland, it was still 7 o'clock in New York. So we did spend that day, and we played around golf in the morning, and then we went somewhere and sort of watched the market deteriorate. And I did come back. There wasn't nothing I could do. I mean, just nothing I could do about it. But I think my shareholders, they called up and they said, well, what's Lynch doing? They said, well, he's on the 6th hole, and he's, he's even par up to now, but he's in a trap. This could be, this could be a triple bogey here. This could be a big inning. And I don't think that's exactly what they want to hear. So I could do something about this damn thing. So I came back home and suffered with everybody else. And fortunately, I was very consistent. The market went down when I ran Magellan. On 13 years, the market went down 9 times, and every time the market went down, Magellan went down. I was 9 for 9, and because it's very important. This is another one of these numbers you ought to write down. If you put $1,000 in a stock, all you can lose is 1,000. I've done that several times, and but if you're right, you can make 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. So this business, you don't have to be right 1 out of 2 times. You can be right 1 out of 4. As long as the times you're right, the company's doing well, they're doing a great job, and you add to it, or at least you don't sell it, which is a terrible tragedy. So you can make more money on the upside. So I just roll those out, and I will now flip a coin to tell you where the market will go to 4,000 this year or next year. Heads means it goes up. It's a 2-headed coin. The market will go up in the next year. That's it. That's all I ever know about the stock market.
So as you can see, like I'm really about Peter Lynch because he is explaining, very difficult topics into very simple form. And this is also what Warren Buffett is doing. And I hope I can do this on this channel as well. If you want to be close to me, make sure to check out x10daytrading.com. If you want us to trade for you, schedule a call if you have $10,000 or more, and you will have the call with me personally. And I'm looking forward to have you there. But I think that bears on Bitmine will be extremely, extremely screwed, okay? Like haters and bears, they will get so screwed that I think that they at some point will buy back the stock at $70, at $100, where they see like, it's really taking things to fruition. I think that most importantly about the stock market is that the stock market never goes up in a straight line. It goes up into, like a zigzag roller coaster way. And this is totally normal for stocks. And I think that you should take this not for granted, because there is no place in the whole world to make so much money than on the stock market. If you give money, your hard-earned money, to people that know much more about business and that they know much more about the stock market, like Tom Lee, he's like a financial engineer. I feel like always he's like the Elon Musk of treasury companies. Okay, he's doing it much better than MicroStrategy. He's much better than SBET, so I think that you should always focus on the goal. And if you are, when I buy this kind of company, I always say like, wow, I have the huge privilege to buy the stock for $40, $47, whatever it is. I buy it every day. And I buy a $500 company in the stock price for like $42 or $40 or $47, right? So this is the way I think that the most people should watch it. I think that bears will never be so successful like bulls. Obviously, just like this is like simple math and just simple like logic. When you look into this chart that I showed you, that bears are always right like a broken clock. They always right like 2 times in like 2 years, right? And then everybody like, oh yeah, I told you there's a big crash. But stay optimistic, stay logic, and always give money to people that can manage it much better than you. And I think you will do absolutely phenomenal on the stock market. So with that said, I will enjoy the wedding of my best friend. The grass is greener on the other side. And I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video about Bitmine.